Hello, my beautiful people. How are you doing today? Hi. So I wanted to come on today to talk about what's next in your life and to just literally go through while I'm getting this car service. I decided to come out here to this dealership parking lot to see what's on the showroom. I'm trying to see what's next, right? So I'm like, which one do I want? I already got that one. Hold on, let's see. I don't know. I want to get another. If I want to get, let's see. Yeah, so I've been telling everybody about the Maserati. I really like the engine. I'm just trying to see what I want to do next, right? So I'm here getting my car serviced, and I wanted to come on and talk about mindset, right? Mindset. Let me turn this camera around so we can talk. Let's talk about mindset, right? Listen, this is the season that only those that have divine clarity on knowing exactly what they deserve and what they want to be able to have access to having that in their life, right? You know, I wanted to tell somebody today that's thinking, oh, it's them and not me. Listen, it's nothing in this life that you cannot have. Absolutely nothing in this life. All you have to do is figure out where you are. Be honest with yourself. Where am I in my current situation? Blessings, mother, love you. What does it take for me to get? Blessings, Javon, thank you. What does it take for me? What am I missing to be able to acquire what I believe is my next step or my next level? That's all it is. So just like I'm out here in the car lot, listen, I am going to have my car for another, I think 10 months, and then I get another car. And I'm just here figuring out, what do I want next? It's nothing that I can't have. It's nothing that I can't have, not even just for a car. I know how many properties I want to purchase this year. I know how much land I want to purchase, and I'm in position to do it, right? It's all about being clear on what it takes to have the things in this life that you say you want, right? So when we're going out through life, I meet a lot of individuals, and the first thing that we have to get in alignment is our mindset, right? Our mindset. Don't let anybody tell you no and you to take that as valid, as if, or any kind of complications when you're doing anything in life. I would not be the woman that I am today if I would have stopped at no's. No's mean nothing to me. That's none of my business. No's is only redirection to figuring out something else, or allow me. I use no's as confirmation that I obviously am in the right direction, right? I use a no as, okay, not right now. Let me figure out what is the next step, or what do I need to do, or what am I missing? What's another route? Whom else am I supposed to meet? Who else am I supposed to talk to? Listen, when you know your worth, when you're willing to put in the hard work, that's right, Javon, we must know our worth. When you're willing to put in the hard work in this life, it's nothing, absolutely nothing that you cannot have. Nothing. I meet so many people, they're like, well, how do you get this and how do you get that and how do you listen? I put a strategy together. I figure out what's my current state first. I see what's needed to be able to acquire what I say I want, and I put in the work to do it. And a lot of times I know it's uncomfortable. Blessing Shania, when we're talking to others that their visions aren't as broad. And this is just materialistic stuff. I'm talking about creating real wealth, right? Where your assets pay for the belongings that you have. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I've continuously been trying to talk about when I'm offering opportunities for people to just open their mind and try something new, try something different, work on personal development through whatever the current opportunity is. A lot of people they gotta pray about it 10 times. They gotta roll over. They gotta do too many processes that end up talking themselves out of actually following through with the opportunity. Listen, let me give you one thing that has helped me out. The enemy is not going to give you no grand idea that's going to change your life. I can help you out with that. So you don't even have to worry about anything. If you're thinking, I meet so many people that the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, well, maybe I'm not supposed to do it if they're coming up with obstacles and situations. No, you must do it even the more. Because that's when you know you're in an alignment, right? Because God wants to show you a thing through faith. If you continue the process, if you are diligent, if you have a level of resilience within your spirit to keep going. I'm just out here, I'm getting my car serviced, and I'm like, what's the next car I'm going to get? I remember a time when I used to pass by and drive by, and people used to think I was crazy when it was like, what are you talking about? That's right, I'm at the Aston Martin dealership. I'm like, listen, what's my next car? What is my next car? What is the next home I'm going to own? So I get familiar with everything that I want to acquire in this life, because it's nothing out of reach. Nothing. I tell individuals, this year I'm focusing on doing my best to offer blessings, Darshan, the olive branch to those that have vision, that want some kind of momentum in their life. Listen, it's nothing you can't have. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. From, I don't care if it's a multi-million-dollar house. I don't care if it is acquiring a good old compound for your entire family. I don't care if it is you providing multiple six-figure incomes coming in monthly. I don't care what it is that your heart's desire could think of. We just must be honest. Put in the work, write it down, do our homework, do our research, and make it happen. It's so simple. And let me tell you, the first thing that comes to your mind when you're wanting to do anything is to talk yourself out of it and give yourself a valid reason to stay doing what you know is currently not working. So listen, what's next? And not just my life, but what's next in your life? What do you see your family having? What do you see? The guy was like, listen, Miss Fox, what car do you have left? I'm like, listen, I love the motor. I love the engines of certain cars. I love cars. I love things in my life. I like beautiful things. I like things that make me feel like I am doing a great job. So I like to put everything around me that makes me feel, and this is not for everybody, that makes me feel like I'm doing a wonderful job. And guess what? I continue to multiply and manifest even the more, because it's about your energy. It's about your belief. Do you feel you can have the life that you say you deserve? Listen, if I want a Porsche, I can get a Porsche. If I want an Aston Martin, I can get an Aston Martin. Listen, listen, the sports car that was my dream car, I have that currently. Listen, the home that I will be literally driving up in, I already know how it looks. It's 3 stories. It's right off the lake. Listen, I already know the people at the gates. I already have gotten acquainted with them. Listen, it's a private community. It's right off the water. It's sitting on about an acre. I know what it looks like already. When I walk in my house, it's the cascading stairs. Listen, you have to believe it. You have to touch it with your mind first. On that level of magnitude, don't be afraid of anything and count yourself out as them people or those. No, why not you? Why not me? Why not you? We can have it all. Our daddy owns it all, right? Isn't that what we read in the Bible? That the Father would give us the desires of our heart. Didn't the Bible tell us that all we should do is decree a thing, ask of it? And the Lord shows us, he said he blesses the child that has his own, right? The Lord never fails us. So if you're willing to have your own, if you're willing to do the work, he said he will bless a masterful person that is able to cultivate their talent. See, listen, your talents are to be compensated for. See, so many times we're so busy taking thank yous for things that God has already allowed you to be able to get structure to, so that you can get compensation for, right? Right, your talents. Didn't he multiply the man in the Bible? Let's go back to the Bible, because a lot of people get scared when they talk about money. No, I love money. I love everything about money, because it's a tool that the Lord has given us to be able to live a great life and to be able to help others and to be able to change the trajectories of families that come before us and after us, to be able to literally change lives of others in the blink of an eye. We are saying, listen here, I got you. Listen, what's your account number? Let me transfer this. Listen, let me help you come up with the plan. Let's help you execute. You want to do this? Okay, let's do that. Let's figure out what we need to do to get that done. That's all we have to do. It's nothing so hard. I think, I meet people that you're talking your mindset. That's why the Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your mindset is everything. If you're thinking it's them and not you, it will never be you. If you are literally in a position, listen, you can get whatever you want, however you want it. I've always lived like that. The Lord has blessed me with an amazing life. And that's why I tell people I live a great single life, and I'm going to live a great married life. Listen, Because this child has her own, right? This child knows what she can produce. This child understands numbers. This child understands systems. This child of God understands the dynamics of how the world works. This child reads. This child is willing to study. This child is ready to invest in whatever opportunities God brings me. I'm saying, listen here, Lord, I got mine. Listen, sign me up. Put me in the game, coach. That's what I tell God when he brings opportunities. We got so many times we get opportunities brought from us and we know what we're currently doing is not working. And we'll talk ourselves out of it very quickly and then give ourselves some ridiculous excuse that we've been giving ourselves for years at a time to say, oh no, not right now, and we think is a real valid reason. No, let me help you out. The devil is not going to give you anything that's going to change your life. So let me help you out when opportunities come before you the next time, because everything is about timing, and a lot of people jump on after everyone else has jumped on. But listen, opportunity is about those that are willing to be in position and ready to maximize when it is available and presented to them, right? Not when we get ready, when we decide, not when we when we come about and we done got so clever with our talking to ourselves that we literally think we have a valid reason why we've just talked ourselves out of another opportunity, or where we've just talked ourselves out of another promotion, or we've just talked ourselves out of another advancement, or we've just talked ourselves out of asking for an extra $50,000 at the bank or $100,000 at the bank, or we just talked ourselves out of saying, listen, I deserve more. It's so easy that I'm fine right now. No. The Bible says, ask and you shall receive. That's why you must know your worth. It starts right here in the mind. Listen, it starts in the mind. It's nothing I can't have. And I got receipts to show it. Whatever I want, this little chocolate girl, she gets it. It don't matter what it is. It's nothing out of reach. I just get to figure out what it takes to get it. That's it. Listen, I'm in a season now that I want to master the stock market. I'm in a season now that I want to be the #1 construction company in... That's right, the #1 construction company, because I put in the work in customer care. I put in the work with learning relationships and building and understanding how to be consistent and provide quality without being asked. I put in the work, that's right, to be able to help others be able to make a difference in their life. I put in the work. I've accepted all the no's that came before me previously. I've accepted all the drawbacks. You know, I was the bad black one. I was the bad one. That's what they told me. I was the bad one, right? And that's when I learned very early off who I was and whose I was, because I had to tell adults, no, what you're saying about me, I do not receive, when I was a child. What you're saying about me, that's not true. So I had to learn early, because see, the things that we are positioned for in life, God has already prepared us for. It hurt our feelings, yes, when we were very young, because the enemy don't start when you're an adult. The enemy starts in your life early. He starts in your life early for you to not know who you are and whose you are. He starts early. He plants those seeds early. He sends adults and all. He sends adults into your life to speak against you being the head and not the tail. He sends the people that's connected to you to speak down as if your visions are too much. He sends others that really we love dearly to be able to act as though what we're saying is just far-fetched. But baby, if you trust God, blessings, Dr. Millionaire. Listen, Natalie, I'm so grateful to be coached by, this is a multi-millionaire African-American woman that when we were in college at 19 years old, she said she wanted to be a millionaire, retired at 40. That is a checkmate next to her name. She's able to do and get whatever she wants. Listen, I'm grateful to allow friends around me that have already done it. Listen, I'm grateful to have those around me, that's right, that already, I don't have to be Googling. I don't have to guess. Because he showed me that somebody that was right next to me makes multi-million dollars. He showed me that somebody that looks like me was able to start from scratch. That was the first in their family to do it. He showed me, listen, we got to look around in our circle. Who has he put around you that's connected to you to be able to say, listen, if I did it, he can do it for you. Listen, it's no different. Listen, God is no respected person. It's no special people. No, if you're willing to do the work, I seen how my sister sacrificed. I seen how my sister had to actually have a vision that was so far beyond her. I seen how my sister had, when she asked me when we were 19 years old, where's my budget? I was like, my budget? I was buying a car every single, I'm finna tell you, I was buying a car every single semester. I had a new wardrobe, fall, spring, every semester, right? I seen a friend that was when she bought her first property at a very young age and bought the next and the next. I seen it with my own eyes. So it's no excuse for me to ever think that it is not attainable without sacrifice and hard work. Let me tell you, when she brought the opportunity to me to join Tradera, listen, in the stock market, after I had been in the stock market on my own, not even knowing, and I seen how I doubled my money, I said, listen, I know your expertise. I don't have to guess. I've seen you do it. You don't have, here's the last four of my card. Here's the last four of my card. Here you go. Here you go. Here's the last four of my card. Listen, what you need, a CVV? What sign me up is what I told her. Sign me up, because she's shown me through hard work. She's shown me. Now, I like the son, actually. Sister girl just got her locks twisted up. You see, very freshly. She got her locks, Blessings, Shimu. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Listen, sister girl got her locks all twisted up. I just wanted to come on out here. Natalie, you see we out here. I was trying to figure out what was next. I'm at the dealership getting the car service. And of course, when you got good credit, when you got a good relationship with people, they trying to let me get one early. They like, Miss Foxx, what do you want to do? I said, listen, give me a little bit. First, I got to figure out if I'm going to have kids next year or not. I don't know. You getting a two-seater, you might have kids. I don't know. Listen, I love my two-seaters. Hey, hello, Cheryl, another powerhouse. Blessings, Miss Blessing, Miss Andrea. Listen, he blessed me with another one. Listen here, look at the people that people deal with. Listen, Cheryl is our multi-millionaire. Listen, she was the first in the city to have a billboard in the city, to be sitting up in Orlando as a stylist. She's the first to be able to take initiatives to do what others in the styling industry has never done. She's the first that I ever seen had residual money coming in from multiple ways that was in my connected circle. She was one of the first. Listen, I'm connected to women that whatever we want, we get. Listen, whatever we want, we get. Whatever we want, we get. Whatever we want, we get. But we are hard workers. If you look at these women, you'll look at their track record. Don't let anybody sell nothing to you. Tell them to Google them. What pulls up? Tell them to Google you. That's why I tell people, just Google me. It's enough data on there for you to look up everything. It's enough EIN numbers. It's enough tax returns. It's enough for everything. Google me. Google me. Listen, I don't know. One thing about it, success leaves clues. Experience leaves clues. It leaves a track record of producing and being a production. It leaves a track record. And congratulations, Miss Javon. Listen, this is going to be your next doctor. That's right, doctor. Listen, I'm so grateful to see her with her hard work every single, pushing it through, being a single mother and maxing it out and being able to declare what she is worth and getting it. Listen, I'm grateful to be connected to each and every one of you all on this line. Listen, we are all in this thing together. But let me tell you, it starts right here in the mind. That's right, Darshan. You are a multimillionaire. Yes, you are. You are a woman that, listen, everything you touch turn into gold. Listen, it's already yours, sis. It's already yours, right? Look at the people that you are connected to. Look at their thought processes and their mindsets. When opportunities come, be one of the ones that said, at least I want to figure out for myself. I'm not going to take just anybody's word for nothing. I'm going to at least figure it out. Hold on. I'm going to at least have a valid opinion. So many people got opinions about stuff that they never planned on doing anyways from the get-go. And then they feel so good when they see something that itches their ear. But then they'll be like, well, that's why, honey, you wouldn't go do it anyways. Listen, you just, but if that makes you feel great, great. Because those people are collecting receipts. But if that makes you feel great, great. Because those people are gaining results. If that makes you feel great, great. Because you wasn't planning on doing it anyways. I've never met when they literally are looking for reasons to make them. So that's why you wasn't doing it anyways and still not doing it. And they feel so validated. And I'm very weary of those that are giving me 15 excuses other than 15 ways of why it's going to work. Because my motto is, it's either going to work or it's going to work. Listen, until I see my bottom, I'm a bottom line sister. I stick with it to the end. Until I see what I came to see is when I literally am complete or done with anything. Until I get what I came to get is when I figured out. See, I was in corporate America at the age of 21 years old, right? And when I kept getting fired, I was like, well, I am a smart woman. I know how to get all the jobs, but what is going on? And I had to not look at it as, oh, whoa, me. I had to look at it as I'm supposed to be. See, you know what Miss Fox focuses on? Being in the front of the check. I focus on being a part of situations that allow me to be the one that's named actually on the check. That's right. This on the check, so they have to sign the back. I focus on being the one. I don't need you. I focus on putting myself in positions that allow this little chocolate sister to be the name that's in front of the check. That's right, in front of the check. So if we do more of that ownership, if we do some of that being the first in your family to do some things, if we do some of that scary stuff that makes us very uncomfortable, listen, that's what I like to do. I like to be the one on the front of the check and saying, thank you so much. That's right, on the front of the check. That's right. Checkmate. That's right. I focus on being in situations where I am the girl that gets to be the one that all of hers is on the front of the check, and I get to offer opportunities. Seriously, Dr. Millionaire, seriously. But listen, it's not easy, and it's not supposed to be easy, because I'm grateful for every situation that has ever made me have to check myself. I'm grateful for every situation that had to allow me to learn emotional maturity. See, emotional maturity is where your funds are. So many people get caught up in their feelings and miss out on their blessings, because didn't the Bible tell us the very ones that come against you is the ones that's going to bless you? So how you going to get your blessings if you're not emotionally mature? You cutting off your blessing. The very ones that's coming against you are the ones that's going to bless you, baby. So that's when we know emotional maturity, when we look at the bottom line, and I don't take that personal. That's not against me. When people tell me, no, I don't want to do it, that's not a problem. Listen, I'm going to keep on building this ark, and I'm going to tell you it's going to rain, and it's on you. Read the Bible for the rest that happened in the story. Listen, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. People need multiple streams of income. That's to the point that they can grow them. And as my friend Dr. Millionaire, Miss Natalie Walker, told me, you want to build them to the point that it's multiple streams of guaranteed income. So that's what we're working on now, getting it to the point that it's multiple streams of guaranteed income, right? That's coming in even if you don't. See, I want to live a life that even if I don't get out the bed, this sister is gonna make some money. I want to build a life that I see you exchange your time for money. So I meet so many people, oh, money ain't everything, but baby, if you don't have no money, that means you got to work to get the money. You can't enjoy your one life that you get to live. So you go work your whole life and then retire for a few years, and then you're gonna be like, oh, life owed me more than that. No, I need to do whatever I got to do so I can enjoy my 24 hours. That's what I need to do. I need to figure out what they're doing so that they can be able to be on yachts, that they can be able to literally employ others. Because when I learned the chain early, I figured out what was really going on in corporate America. So the highest up gets paid the most and works the least. Well, then I need to do all my learning so I can be the higher up that do the least and get paid the most, because I'm getting paid for this. See, the highest up on the totem pole is getting paid for this. That's why I tell people to read. Listen, read. You want to know something about a person? Forget their name. Ask them what's the last book they read and what did they get from it. Forget their names. That's irrelevant, because you're going to be dealing with this mindset is who you're going to be dealing with, not their name. Listen, when we read, when we invest in personal development, when we invest in what we don't know, when we have to do things that way. Listen, I went to my friend girl house, Dr. Millionaire, listen, and I saw her library. I'm going to tell you who inspired me to learn how to read. I saw her library, and her first book that she gave me was either The Millionaire Next Door or The Millionaire Mindset. And she was like, well, I wanted to become a millionaire, so I read on how millionaires make millions. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Hey, Miss Linda. Hey, Kim. Bless you. That makes a lot of sense. So I started reading, right? And I started getting a collection, and I was working on, because I really was, my area was healing, right? So then I told people, and they were able to see my journey. You guys remember my story when Nekia had to drop off, when she had to drop off and had to deal with her real situations and her real demons. And when she had to get more than deliverance that was on the floor after they slung the oil and they put the sheets on you, I had to get real deliverance, right? Real deliverance come after you come from church, right? And after you got to walk it out, and after you have to convince yourself that you don't want to go back. Real deliverance, listen, you're looking at a person that is far beyond the money. The money is just by default. Money is by default when you're willing to walk out your process. The money, God, listen, look in the Bible. Didn't the Lord bless every single person in the Bible that went through their process? The Lord blessed everybody. He blessed everyone that was willing to put in the work. He blessed the man that finally went in the well because he wanted to avoid all the situations, and he wanted to make all his other friends' life miserable. So he wanted to jump on their bandwagons. And when he finally did what the Lord told him to do, he got blessed too. He blessed Noah in the ark. He blessed him for all his sacrifice. I'm sure Noah, because Noah looked like, from what we read, Noah was building that ark on his own. Looked like Noah had to spend his own money to build that ark, and he was still trying to tell the people, get on, it's about to rain. Looked like Noah had to spend his own hours. He had to keep on investing time into something that he just felt that God told him was going to happen. He had to invest his money. He had to, Job, he blessed Job. He blessed everybody. Everybody got more. Everybody got more than what they started off with. So we just followed just the lessons in the Bible. It will show us that if we're willing to not talk, even to the woman with the issues of blood, I'm sure she was like, I'm so sick of this. I done spent all my money. I done went to all these doctors. Listen, I'm rich. I done gave everything just to stay alive. I'm sure she was about to talk herself out of quitting several times, but I'm sure she had to go real deep and say, but if I just touch the hem of his garment, if I just touch the hem, I know he is going to save me. Now that takes another level of faith. Look, like everybody got to be like, listen, if I just keep going, listen, when you got to be investing money that you don't know is going to come back, that requires faith. When you got to be investing in time on weekends while everybody else chilling and eating crab legs, that requires faith. When you got to be taking your book everywhere you go because you like, at least I can get a chapter in over here, or at least I can get a chapter in because I got to get this information in, because remember, the one that knows the most get paid the most, right? So listen, I was like, listen, do you know how it feels to be in an environment when nobody is talking what you're talking? Do you know what it feels like when it's specks of people that you are connected to that are true believers, that they don't just want to be cooking fish fries for the next 30 years and have been building funds for 50 years. They want to really be a part of making actionable steps to help the kingdom. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to share with those that God has assigned me to. But that requires for us to get a whole lot of no's and to not take that personal. That requires from when we know that this go help somebody's life and they be like, no, I'm good, but you'll blow $100 on something else. Okay, checkmate, no problem. Let's keep this thing moving, because that's not my business. That's between you and the Lord. That's not my journey. If you sneeze, I don't have to get a handkerchief. Listen, that's not my business. That's what I've learned. So when people tell you, so if anybody wants to get into, that's right, when I took the construction exam, do you know how many times I failed that sucker? I took that exam, it took me a year straight. I had to study. I went through 2 different agencies to help me pass it. I was going weekend after weekend. It was 14 books. I was like, I don't care if they laugh, because they say this is the woman that do hair and she in here taking this exam, because yeah, honey, because I want to be on the front of the checks, right? I want to be on the front of the checks, right? So I'm not stopping, because I want to be on the front of the checks. I want to be able to help those understand the things that used to hurt me, and I had to work through to be able to know that they can do it too. Don't stop on the first fail, on the second fail. Keep going until you get what's yours. I didn't stop until I got my GC number. I didn't stop until I got my contracts. I didn't stop until I learned the system on how this thing works. So when people ask me, well, Nekia, how has everything been going? It's been doing great. It's been doing amazing. because God told me to prepare myself a year ago for what is taking place now, and I had to be obedient. I remember telling my friends, the Lord told me to lower all my expenses. I got to shut it all down. He told me to lower all my expenses. And I'm like, okay, God. Okay, I got to lower all my expenses. This was last year. I got to lower all my expenses. I got to consolidate everything. I got to, see, God told me to lower. He said, Miss Foxx, you need to lower all your expenses. Listen, I need you to pay attention. He told me I need you to pay attention. And I made sure I soaked up everything that he was telling me. Because if I was not obedient, I would not be in the position that I am in right now. If I thought because the money was coming in so good and so smooth to just be like, it's gonna come forever and do the same thing that I did back in 08, 09 when I was making $1,000 a day doing hair, and being ignorant to the fact that if you don't utilize this money the right way, you will have nothing to show for it. I was not going to repeat that cycle again when the money is coming again. I refused to repeat that lesson because I had already learned it. See, when we refuse to go backwards, we're willing to do the things that's going to help us get forward, right? When we refuse to go backwards, we're willing to do the necessary steps, and it's not going to be pretty all the time. Listen, if the Lord told me to get a Kia Sophia, I'm getting a Kia Sophia. If he tell me to get a Volkswagen or a buggy, I'm getting a Volkswagen or a buggy. It don't mean me no good, because I can live good in anything based on my bottom line, because nothing is forever in reference to all situations. All things, they shall pass. And it's up to you if you're willing to make the necessary steps, not just for yourself, but for your family, to be able to live good for years to come. Listen, I want to be the one to plant the seeds in the ground right now. See, what you do from 30 to 50 determines how you live for the rest of your life. And for some of us, we're almost 40. Listen, what you do, listen to me, between 30 and 50 is going to determine how you live for the rest of your life. Between 30 and 50. And I'm seeing so many of my brothers and sisters acting like they got all this time, and they're barely working on jobs for this amount of years, or starting this business. What you do from 30 to 50 will determine if you're able to retire. What you do from 30 to 50 is going to determine if, listen, you might be one of the lucky lottery winners. You might be, that's 0.1%. That might be, but why would I put all my stuff up to chance when God has given me the ability to have a sure, he said a sure, God says a sure election. He's given me the ability to have a sure outcome if I'm willing to do the work. See, the sure outcomes are only for those that's willing to do the work. Only for those that's willing to do the work. Listen, God bless you guys. I'm about to go back in, but I hope I was able to give out some type of nuggets for somebody today to say, listen, what's next for you in your life? What are your goals? What affirmations do you have that you read on a daily basis? What are you speaking into your life? What are you currently reading that's going to help you? Because remember, the one that knows the most get paid the most, right? Listen, the one that knows the most get paid the most, right? So let's work on this intellectual property. Let's allow ourselves to emotionally become mature. Let's allow ourselves to be in positions to pass these tests. And let's look over a thing that used to make us stop and pause and talk ourselves out of opportunities that's coming forth in this hour, because this is the transfer of wealth season. This is. Every single time in the Bible when something looked like it was drastic and dramatic happening, he was positioning for the great restoration. So I hope that you are planting the seeds right now for your children, your grandchildren, those that are coming behind you, because this is a season that they will eat off of what you plant right now. So put some seed in the ground, put some work in the ground, get this stuff together. Listen, put some seed in the ground right now generationally. For those that come behind you, having a major advantage mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they get to learn early who they are and whose they are. Yeah, the millionaire mindset is powerful. It tells you how how the mindset is. Like, it tells you how they live off of a small percentage of their earnings. They invest and flip the rest. They're able to literally get to the point that they don't have to pay for nothing. Their assets pay for their whole entire living. Isn't that a beautiful life? And one thing I've learned is the more money you make, the more they give you. The more credit you got, the more they give you. The more opportunities you're able to take on, the more it comes your way. That's how this thing works. When we're in an abundance zone, energy-wise, because remember, everything is internal. Everything you want to get externally comes first internally. So we must go on that quest and that journey internally through our mindset, heal our hearts, and be able to allow us to have wisdom and discernment to be able to take advantage of what's currently taking place. I know it's a lot, and I'm not taking away from it. That's taking place. But this is the transfer season. And regardless of what you choose, just make sure you choose yourself. Make sure you choose yourself. Make sure you choose yourself. Bet on you like never before in this hour. Be bold in your spirit. Bold in your spirit. Bold in your spirit about the things in which you know you are to have in your life. Be bold about it. Don't tiptoe on it. Be bold about it and command in this life all that you know is to be yours. Listen, TLC is not just oh, blessings. It's $ in FOXX 2020. So $ in Fox FOXX 2020. Bless you. But let me tell you, it is all about those that's willing to take advantage of what God is positioning in for our lives right now. Listen, I'm a part of 2 MLM companies. 2, not 1, but 2, because they are both needed. One is for my health and the health of those around me. And health, it did nothing but increase people's awareness in this season. This is what I'm talking about. I'm a part of TLC that has been around forever. Yes, that's it. And you should see my face pop up, Nekia Foxx. Thank you so much, Darshan. But I'm a part of TLC, which is a company that was able to provide thousands of jobs for those that were able to literally work from home and help others take care of their health and build their immunity during this season, right? When everyone was aware that they needed to make sure their body was good, right? Your body, it's nothing without your body. You will give all of your money to stay alive if your body is not in order. Then I'm a part of Tradera, which is a financial, literally the portfolio. It's going to be such an amazing opportunity because I get to learn the art of learning the trade, learning how to use the stock market to my advantage and diversifying my portfolio on another level. So you heard me right. I'm a part of 2, right? Because from when I talk to some and they are not worrying about their health, and when I talk to the others and they're not worrying about building their portfolio, because listen, the money in the stock market, it makes money while you sleep. The money in the stock market, it works for you. It works for you. The money in the stock market, they didn't shut down for anything more than 24 hours doing this whole thing. So when everybody is shutting down, see, I like to be in control of a lot of elements that's going to help me be able to say, listen, I want my hands and I want my mind to be able to come up with ways that can allow me to have guaranteed multiple streams of income. So when I learn it, I get to learn it. See, that's why they're taking away. That's why, see, MLM create multi-millionaires. Listen, I was on the line with Pastor Dr. Jamal Jackson, and he said between now and 2022, there will be 100,000 new millionaires. 68% of them will be the first in their family. 72% of them will have no college background. Listen. Those numbers, I knew I was one of them. I knew I was one of them. Because I can see it everywhere. Because when you learn how money works, when you learn the systems that create wealth, then you don't have to guess anymore. Then you get to work smart. My dad paid the cost for the hard work for our family. I want to work smart. See, every generation gets to do something a little bit different than the next. He worked hard and he left here at 54 years old. But he left us nice and he worked hard. But God is going to allow this generation to work smart. We want to enjoy our time, right? We want to enjoy our kids, right? We want to be able to be real nice and loving wives and loving moms that are not stressed out and worrying about bills and money, and are able to help them kids. We can now focus. See, when I get more time, I can focus actually on what I'm doing in my household. I can actually focus on being able to multiply the things in which I want to get done, right, when I have more time. See, one thing I learned about making, the more money you make, the more you're able to. See, when you have a business, you want to get to the point that you're working on your business is when the wealth is created, not in your business. See, I've done years of working in my business. I'm now transferred over to the area where I get to work on my business. And that's when you start hiring staff. That's when you start delegating. That's when you start leveraging your intellectual property. That's when you start literally positioning yourself to get more services and products accomplished. That's when you start allowing yourself to expand. See, it's phases to entrepreneurship. And I know, and I see I see the green light. They don't got to paint it for me. I see it. But you guys, I hope that I was able to say something for somebody, that was able to let them know today that what's your next level, what's your next step. If you want to join either one of those companies, if it's trading stocks, inbox me if you want to get the information on getting in the company that allows you to trade stocks. If you want to get health-wise and you want to join that company, get with me on the inbox and tell me you want to go and get into the health and well. You want to start your own health and wellness store. If it's both, let me know if you want to get into both. But all I wanted to come on today to say, what's your next level? What's your next step for your family? What's your next level? And what's your next step for your family? And allow yourself to make your money work for you. Long are the days that we got to hide money on the mattresses and only get to go back and get the money, that the same exact dollar that we put under the mattress. God has allowed us to what? Evolve. Now you get to have $1 and make $2, $3 off of that $1, $4, $5 off of that $1. Listen, I like that better. And then we might get stuff the $1 back and use the $4 or $5 that I've just created from that $1. Let's work on that. Let's work on that. But you guys, God bless you. Have an amazing day. This is your season. This is your time. Check your environment. Check your community. And it's nothing wrong with meeting new people, opening ourselves up for opportunities. A lot of times we're like, oh, well, I don't do people. Well, you don't do your blessings either. Because people are the ones that's going to bless you, not you. People. God sends people to bless you. So if you still stay stuck in the mind, I don't do people. Okay, well, you don't do your blessings either. Because God sends people to bless you. And we don't know who has our blessing. That's why we must stay what? Mentally, emotionally mature. We have to learn how to focus on the big picture and not our feelings, because feelings mean nothing. What's the bottom line for not just you, but for your family and your kids? Because remember, kids will repeat what they see, and they will remember what you told them later. They will repeat what they see with their own eyes. So if they see lazy parents, they're going to believe being lazy is okay. If they see parents that drop the ball and don't finish what they start, they're going to continue that same cycle and think it's okay. Because that's what we're dealing with now, is an environmental thing that we've been allowed to think that it's okay to do nothing. And it's not okay to do nothing. It is not okay to do nothing. So we must, that's right, Darshan, we must become mentally and emotionally mature in the years and days to come, because only those that are willing to evolve are the ones that are willing to have access to God's ultimate plan for the world. That's right. We must evolve. We must become even another version of ourselves. And that becomes with us learning how to unlearn some stuff that has been keeping us stuck. Unlearning is one of the hardest things, when you got to unlearn what you thought you knew, but that's not working for you anymore. When you have to unlearn, when we have to deal with those real serious conversations with ourselves, because some of our thought process, some things we were told were not correct for growth. It's not conducive to growth. It's not conducive to growth. So I just wanted to come on today and say, listen here, what's your next? What should we do next? What should we have next? And guess what? You can have anything you want. You can live heaven on earth. We can we can get over to the promised land. We will be the ones that get to experience the promised land. We will not be like Moses. We will be like Joshua, but we will not be wandering. That's when I'm not wandering in the wilderness for 40 years doing the same thing that's leading up to nothing. It don't have to take that long. It does not have to take that long. But it's up to those to be mentally, emotionally mature, and to learn how to read, and to know that their mind is the most powerful vessel on their body. Nurture your mind, feed it good thoughts, heal your heart, and allow God to do the rest. God bless you.